friends. Welcome to another episode of the MANNSCHRECKS. You've missed us, I know. I'm Sarah.
I like that. You've missed us. I know. It's true, though. It's been a full month. Like, we just kind of...
Oh, has it been a month?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 3 weeks.
Oh, you're probably right. I don't know. It has been so long.
It's been a really, really, really busy, crazy
October was
time.
crazy. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Well, and I'm like... I feel bad for those who are like expecting us to put something out, but honestly, like I think we had good reasons. We were time with family.
We are not paid to do this. We also have 5 children and very busy lives, so
for sure. So, no, I feel very little like remorse. I'm just kind of like, no, that's what it is.
Life is important.
It is, but it is fun to do this, and I'm excited about tonight. I keep saying tonight, like, I mean, we drop these in the morning, but I'm excited about today's episode. Do you want to go first? I'll go first. You go first?
Sure. Well, that was weird. You could have just said, why don't we?
I said A or B, and you said yes.
Okay. You answered an information question with yes or no. All right. New Zealand airport limits hugs to 3 minutes.
Ugh.
So a New Zealand airport posted a sign in its drop-off zone asking passengers and their drivers to limit their farewell hugs to a maximum of 3 minutes. There's literally a sign. It says max hug time, 3 minutes. For fonder farewells, please use the car park.
Fonder? That's an unfortunate word choice.
So apparently the sign went viral for its unusual message. The airport's chief said some goodbyes in the drop-off zone have been taking far too much time. We try to have fun with it. It's an airport, and those drop-off locations are common for farewells. He told the New Zealand radio, "There's no space left for others. It's about enabling others to have hugs."
I get it. Well, it's about cars, right? Like, it's a drop-off zone.
Yeah, it's a drop-off zone, not a parking zone.
It's a parking issue. It's not. This isn't about hugs. This is about cars sitting there for 3 minutes.
He says the sign has been quite controversial. It's caused a stir, and we've got a lot of conversation going about it.
That's ridiculous. I love it. But
I
normally, like 99% of the time, I'm super in favor of affection. Like, I love hugs. I think hugs are wonderful, and I like super support them. But I think I'm kind of on the airport side.
Right. Like, I would, yeah.
3 minutes 100%. Is an absurdly long
like,
hug.
Maybe I'm just not a very caring person. But when I've dropped you up at the airport before, it's like, okay.
Fist bump, see you.
I don't fist bump you, but I definitely give you a hug. But it's not a 3 minute. I slowed down. I didn't even stop. I just moved around to the other seat. But really, like, I've given you a hug. I give you a kiss.
Yeah.
And then I get back in the car. Like, I don't linger.
Have you ever seen those things that are like, there's like, but physical health benefits to hugs.
Yeah, right? But that's like a 30-second hug. Well, but 3 minutes.
That, think how long 30 seconds is. That's a long hug. 30 seconds.
What was it? The
long.
Other day, I was trying to like help Ezra regulate, and I was like, "We're gonna count to 10 while I hug you." And counting to 10 is a long time, even. Yeah, like, you don't really think about it.
30 seconds. That's like. I would say for a romantic partner, that's one thing. But like for a person you're not married to, 30 seconds is an enormous amount of time to embrace someone. 3 minutes is a lifetime. Like, that's insane.
I think like I hug my parents and it's like 5 seconds.
I don't think you and I could hug for 3 minutes. Like,
it's true.
We wouldn't enjoy it.
Why are you holding my body like this? This is weird. I agree. I think that would be
just
crazy.
An enormous amount. And again, I'm very pro hug. Like, I'm not like
I am totally pro hug, but that's just out the question. But that's
absurd. I guess I'm imagining like weeping, like someone crying, and you're trying to comfort them. Maybe that could take a long time.
Go to therapy.
Well, we have no compassion.
Pay for that session. Or pay for parking. No,
I can see you yelling that out the window as you drive past a crying, sobbing woman.
Go to therapy. I throw my coffee in her face and peel out. Boy, that makes me sound like the worst person
heartless.
ever. I am heartless. That's why I can't give hugs longer than 30 seconds. Boy, I am just going to stop talking now. Let's go to your story. I sound like a monster.
I'm totally with you, though. And again, I love hugs. And I like a good long hug. I think a 30-second hug to get those...
Yeah, you always wear a hugger.
Well, yes, I love... There's disdain dripping from that.
I need to stop.
Ugh, you always wear a hugger.
I love people. I just don't like contact. That's not true, though. It's not true. I love physical affection.
And you do. You have 5
acceptable
children who
quantities.
But even our children, like, unless they're falling asleep in my arms, we're not going to hug for 30 seconds. We're not going to hug for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. I think I fell asleep and woke back up, and it only been 2 minutes.
That's just ridiculous.
Wow.
All right. Great, Grate, Great Cheese Heist. Thieves stole $390,000 worth of prize-winning cheddar in England.
Wow.
Did you know that cheddar cheese comes from England? There's a town.
I didn't know there was prize-winning cheddar.
I thought cheddar was like an American thing, like lower quality.
No, that's
weird?
American cheese, JJ.
Yes, I know. But like, doesn't cheddar sound like it was born in Wisconsin, you know?
No, that's Wisconsin cheese. Come on, JJ.
The owners of Neal's Yard Dairy, a distributor and wholesaler of fine British cheeses, were scammed out of 1,000 wheels of award-winning cloth-wrapped artisanal.
Artisanal.
Thank you.
Good night.
Artisanal.
Artisanal.
Put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Liam kept saying adjectives. I'm like, what are you saying? Oh, adjectives?
Adjective. Artisanal cheddar. 48,000 pounds of aged dairy have a staggering value of $400,000. So $400,000, that sounds like a lot, but we're talking about 48,000 pounds.
We're talking about cheese.
Yes, the high monetary value of these cheeses likely made them a particular target for the thieves. No suspects have been identified or captured. What is known reads like a screwball television plot. Someone posing as a wholesale distributor for an important French retailer approached the dairy about purchasing the cheese and then vanished with the handcrafted goods before the company noticed it was gone.
Search around France for a bread factory and then maybe another place where they're selling some quality chocolate, and you will find the ultimate charcuterie board.
Oh, that's a fantastic thing.
I
like this. I want to make like
it was me. I stole the cheese.
I want it to be like Ocean's 11, right? Let's remake these. Only they're stealing artisanal.
You can't even say it. Artisanal cheese.
Artisanal.
Just say cheddar.
The stolen wheels were made by 3 different producers: Hafford Welsh Organic Cheddar, Westcombe Cheddar, and Pitchfork Cheddar. All of the cheeses were aged between 12 and 18 months, which added significantly to their value.
Oh my gosh, I love aged cheddar.
So it's a year and a half aged.
Oh, that sounds so good.
The strangeness of the scenario piqued the interest of several world food figures, including Chef Jamie Oliver, who dubbed the case the Great Cheese Robbery, Grate, before calling on his 11 million Instagram followers to keep an eye out for the stolen
11
products.
million Instagram followers?
What are you looking for? Cheese? Like, I found some stolen cheddar. No, that's just regular.
It's probably eaten by now, man.
48,000 pounds of cheddar. That's a lot of cheddar. Getting a lot of cheddar for that cheddar.
Oh, why did you have to go there? You can't even do it.
I can't help
it. It's like a bad Mark Wahlberg accent.
There you go. I was thinking Michael Scott, but Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, well.
I love it. Sticker price aside, the investigation might have struck a deeper chord. Cheddar is a deeply English varietal of cheese. Varietal.
Gosh,
that's what it says. No, that's the
really?
word.
Okay.
Varietal.
I thought you were just really struggling with
Yahoo
the words.
News is, I think, just using
Yahoo.
the AI that wrote this article.
I was gonna say.
It's a varietal cheese named after a large village where it originated. Unlike, say, champagne, its name is not a protected term, meaning it can be made anywhere in the world.
Or cheddar. Parmesan, which we found it can't be used.
That's right. Parmesan.
We learned that not recently, but in another story on this podcast.
Oh my god, with the microchips that they were putting in Parmesan cheese. The world
Which can only be produced
cheese is an important part of this podcast.
Parmesan, Italy.
Cheddar produced
cheese is the most important thing, JJ.
It's true. Cheddar produced on English soil is especially prized, making a theft of this kind all the more concerning to a small local industry. Apparently, that company, Neal, whatever it was, let's see, Neal's Yard Dairy, apparently they bear the entire loss. They had already paid the distributors, or the producers, so it's like the distributor, this company, that they lost it all, and they're like in trouble. They're like, yeah, we, losing $400,000 of product hurts us in a huge way. And so apparently it's like, no, they really need an answer on this. They need some restitution. They'd love to find the
interesting.
thieves. But even if you restore the cheese, like you find it, it's like, but no.
What do you do with it?
Right? Has it been tampered with or left out in the sun or,
Ew. This cheese is no longer quality.
This cheese is no longer good. It's not great anymore. Right?
You tried too hard.
I know. I'm not good at the dad joke punny things. That's why you do that.
I'll try. All right. So my second story is not quite so cheesy. Timothy Chalamet crashes his own lookalike contest after police shut down the crowded event. So apparently in New York over the weekend.
There's
this
a
past
Timothy
weekend?
Chalamet contest. A lookalike contest.
Lookalike contest that occurred in New York.
Was it that Mike kid from Stranger Things? He kind of has the cheekbones.
Oh, no, he's way too bony. So actor Timothy Chalamet made a surprise appearance at his own lookalike contest in Lower Manhattan on Sunday.
That's so
An event that drew hundreds of onlookers, a dispersal order from police, and at least one arrest.
Wait, what?
I know. Apparently, it was just like randomly organized. They like wanted to have a Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest, and so like a bunch of people like put together random signs and like posted them in certain areas of the neighborhood, and like more people showed up than they expected, and so it caused like a disturbance.
That's great.
So apparently tons of people showed up dressed as characters from movies like Wonka and the Dune movies.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
But they had a red carpet in Washington Square Park, and they had the lookalikes start to strut down the runway and then police ordered the large group to disperse, and the organizers who were in charge got fined $500 for an unpermitted costume contest, which I'm like, okay.
You need a permit for a costume contest
you
these
do.
days? Come on.
So at least one contestant was taken away in handcuffs, though the police did not immediately say why.
That's amazing.
So
but
apparently
Timothy Chalamet
he showed up just randomly. That's all it says. It's just like he randomly showed up and took pictures with contestants and then left.
Did he participate?
No.
Because that's my favorite.
Not allowed. Apparently the winner, so it says the winner was someone named Miles Mitchell. He was dressed like
Timothy Chalamet.
No, he's 21 years old from New York. But apparently he won the $50 prize, which was promised to the winner.
Just like a little.
This was like a little thing. They just wanted to post flyers and see if anybody would show up, and apparently it garnered hundreds of viewers, but then like had thousands of RSVPs online, and so they were like just not expecting the turnout. So it says they left the park after being dispersed by police and found a backup location at a nearby playground where more than a dozen contestants competed the audience approval. And
that's fantastic.
it's just so random. Like apparently
Timothy Chalamet went to a Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest. First off, just the fact that lookalike contests still exist, that's like hilarious. Like, didn't they used to do those with like Elvis and like 80s stars and stuff? Like, the fact that still exists is just hilarious. But then wow.
So apparently the winner, Miles Mitchell, was a 21-year-old from Staten Island. He dressed up as Willy Wonka and tossed candy to the crowd from a briefcase.
That's a winner.
He received a novelty-sized check written out to Best Tim.
What?
Right?
You can't even catch that.
And got $50 for it.
That's awesome.
That is so random. But I found that ridiculous and hilarious at the same time.
It is. That's fantastic. Side note, I saw a Halloween costume that made me laugh really hard. It was a lady in a onesie that looked like a piñata.
Okay.
So it like had a hood that was like a horn. It was like kind of like a horse piñata type thing. It had like the frilly, the papery stuff.
Yeah.
But it was made of cloth, right?
Yeah.
She had a bag of candy tucked inside of her, and somebody walked along behind her with a pool noodle and would hit her, and she would throw candy at people. And she was a piñata for Halloween.
That's actually kind of cool.
Like
I like that.
Just like walking down the street, hitting the person, and then them throwing candy to kids.
That's cute. I like that a lot.
It was so cute. I thought it was such a sorry, that was nothing to do
That's
with anything.
super,
I was just
like,
imagining
niche.
Willy Wonka throwing candy, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw a pinata Halloween costume.
That's cute. It's like the reverse of Halloween costume. You don't go to get
exactly.
candy, you go to give candy.
As an adult, it's like maybe like a teacher in a school, like you could
Yep.
coordinate with another teacher,
That's cute.
like with a teacher.
Or
meeting.
like at a trunk or treat, you're handing out the candy.
Perfect. You know, I think that's really
That's
fun.
cute. I like that.
All right, Dutch supermarket adds slow checkout lanes for senior citizens who could use a chat. Did I tell you about this already?
Yeah, I think
I think
heard
I did
this
tell
before.
you, right? Because it's kind of an older story, but we didn't record that week, and I just held on to it because I think it's the cutest thing in the world. Loneliness is one of the main issues affecting senior citizens around the world, especially in urban settings where everything is fast-paced and increasingly digitized. That's why a Dutch company came up with the idea to combat this on a very common front, the grocery store checkout. So there's a Netherlands-based supermarket called Jumbo. They have over 700 stores. They introduced Kletskassa, which translates as the chat checkout. It is a special lane for customers who are not in a rush and would like a little talk with the cashier.
I would want to have, like, I think that might be kind of just to be
I
like,
love it. This is right up my
work
alley.
at the checkout lane and talk to the old people. Like,
You would like to work it?
I would. I think that'd be fun. I like to
That's
talk
so
to old
funny
people.
because I would have guessed that you would not like that. Because
I like to talk to elderly people.
That's true.
They're
They are
more
wonderful.
interesting to talk to than the current generation.
Are you secretly
I'm
like
secretly
an old
like
person?
a 90-year-old woman.
They introduced these quote-unquote slow lanes back summer of 2019 as part of a wider initiative launched by the Dutch government. According to the statistics, 1.3 people in Netherlands are over 75. 33% have reported at least feeling moderately lonely.
Aww.
So a lot of old people, and they're all feeling a little, well, not all, but a big chunk of them are feeling really lonely. So it first opened up in the province of North Brabant. The response was so positive they made plans to create 200 of these lanes across.
Oh, wow.
So they're like, they did it a little bit a couple years ago,
and they kind of spread.
and now they're like, yeah, all right, let's do this.
That's cool.
They also introduced a chat corner where local residents can gather for a cup of coffee and a little conversation.
That's cute.
I love it. It's right up my alley.
Yes, it is.
I would enjoy that too much.
I know you would. You'd be talking about it all day, all the time.
All right, you get out of here next after 20 minutes. I mean, my gosh. I just thought that was such a cute. There's not much to the story.
Yeah,
other
no,
than
that's
just,
so sweet. I love
That's it. They have a chat checkout lane for elderly citizens who could use a chat.
A little conversation.
How much do older people appreciate just being talked to? Like, it's amazing. I think, you talk about the younger generations and they struggle with the meaning crisis and they struggle with loneliness in a digital world and isolation and all this stuff. But for the older generation, they're experiencing the same shifts in the world going digital, but they grew up with real community. So they miss it,
They had the experience of conversation and they want to get back to it. This younger generation has no experience with conversation and is terrified of experiencing it.
Yeah, they're like, I don't even know what you're
Don't
talking
talk to
about.
me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't even know what I would say to you. I don't even know what I have for conversation.
All right,
terrifying.
did you have another story?
Nope, that was it.
All right, I do have a bonus story.
Oh, okay.
This is a nothing burger.
Okay.
But it was just fascinating to me. So there was a woman on TikTok and then a different lady on Threads that I heard about it from because I didn't see this on TikTok. But a woman and her boyfriend were wanting to put in a fence in their yard, right? And as they dug post holes, they discovered a rug buried in their yard. Now, if there's a rug buried in your yard, what's your first thought?
It's holding something, like something's wrapped up in it.
Yes, like everybody was convinced, like, it's a body. It's a body. It's got to be a terrible. Oh my gosh, it's going to be terrible. And so what happened was, it's less about what happened with the rug and more about how the internet social peer pressured her into calling the police. It was like, you have to call the police. And she was like, a little bit in the beginning was like, I don't want to do this.
No.
Like, I don't.
You find a... You did not post that to TikTok. You just...
Right. Yep. We
Mining
don't need to catalog your life in this
just
way.
do like the normal people do. Just dig your fence, put your fence up, and get on with your life.
The house was built in 1967. Only one family had lived there before this lady moved in. Her name was Katie Santry in Columbus, Ohio. It hooked millions of people. On Thursday, October 3rd, investigators arrived at her home with cadaver dogs.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
It's just insane. So they found the rug buried deep underground while building a fence in the yard. After deliberation, they eventually decided to call the police, cadaver dogs, etc. Got 100,000 viewers. And then the live stream went viral, and they got 8.2 million views on all their videos. Like, just millions of people tuning in to find out.
For a rug that had nothing in it.
That's the big reveal. There was nothing in the rug.
Do people in the olden days, people did not throw things away. They buried them on their property.
Yeah.
That is literally what they did. Like, there was no garbage dump. There was bury it in the backyard. Do you know when we lived in our house when I was a kid, we had this spot in our yard that we found that was where the people who had lived there X amount of years ago buried all their stuff. We found a bed frame.
Oh, wow.
We found china that was broken.
I never heard that. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, we used to find stuff all that. We thought it was so cool because my mom would be like,
hunting. "That's
what you do." She's like, "Oh yeah, growing up on the farm, we had there was the junk pile, and it just got covered with soil. Years go by, but that's how they used to do it. They would just bury it out in the backyard." And so, like, my sister and I thought we were cool unearthing stuff, like we were archaeologists.
Yeah, man.
But it was like, don't have anything to do? Take a shovel, go in the backyard, see what you dig up. We dug up a bed frame. It was super cool, but. A rug, yeah, that's just junk that someone didn't feel like throwing out, so they just buried it.
Yep, and it hooked the entire internet and the world. I just feel like we are getting so detached from the real world that we're just... anything will fascinate us. It's so strange. It's like, why did 8.2 million people...
And you know what people used to do? They'd be like, dude, they'd go to their neighbor next door and be like, dude, I found this crazy thing. You want to see it? And then we'd dig it up together and be like, oh yeah, just get out of my life. Well, but now it's like, I have to tell TikTok and everyone has to care about this thing that does not matter at all.
And a little bit, why get police involved?
Oh yeah, what a waste of the police officer.
Pull the rug out of the ground, open it up. You
find
know what I mean?
that there's
this could have taken
there.
30 seconds, but instead...
This could have been an email.
this
could have
viral
been a
video could have been an
email.
That's going to be the name of this episode.
Time for
this
internet.
Episode could have been an email.
This episode could have been an email. Really? The cadaver dogs? This could have been an email.
It was a whole thing. All right, you ready for Sponsor Your Life?
Yes. No, sponsoring my life this week is definitely so this isn't going to come out on Friday, but just last night, my small group, we volunteered at Hope Unexpected. And I don't know, I just was really, and I enjoyed volunteering with them. I thought it was great. Even though
Hope Unexpected?
So Hope Unexpected is a nonprofit organization in Byron Center, and they work with moms who are now single parents, whether it's for any variety of situations,
death, divorce, whatever.
Right. So they provide counseling services, they provide classes, they provide a variety of things, right?
Food,
so dinner, that's what we provided on Monday night. Childcare? Childcare. And then they also have like a store that moms can bank points for, and they can, do certain get products cool. And they can get tutoring for, college classes, and they get help enrolled in college. They can get their car fixed, all sorts of things. But we helped out with the food on Monday night. So we helped serve a meal. So our small group helped. We made dinner, and then we served it. And kind of not really got to know, but at least introduced ourselves, and just a little bit chatted with some of the people that came through. But there was a pretty decently sized crowd. Yeah. But it was cool. It was fun to see the organization. Met a bunch of the people that work for it. And it was I thought it was a great organization. Just kind of talking with people. There's a few people from our church who've worked with them before.
Yep.
But yeah, it was super easy for us in that capacity to it's super easy to make a meal and provide it. But there's a lot of other volunteer opportunities that sounded super cool too. So that just was a fun way to, I guess, participate in the community in a really tangible way. Because, we're not part, I mean, technically our church is part of the Byron Center community, but like me personally, I don't, live, work in Byron Center. So it was kind of like, yeah, we're working in the community, but it's our church's community. So that was important.
Yeah, and that was a big deal.
But it was just a great organization. So it was fun to be involved with that and to make a meal and serve to moms and their kids. It was cool.
And speaking as a recipient of the leftovers, we also are very grateful.
Oh yeah, it was good soup.
It was delicious.
Yeah, we all brought soup. It felt very soupy, even though it was like it's been warm lately, so it feels weird to serve soup when it's like 78 degrees.
But it is still October, and
it's true. It's the end of October, so it's soup season.
Soup season. Actually, that could be my sponsor. We have had some good soups lately.
So I'm sponsoring your life?
You are.
Really, essentially. All the soup.
Very practical way. No. We've eaten some
some
delicious good foods. Boy, I could throw out so many random things. I mean, we've done a few of the alphabet dates since the last time we did the podcast. Those have been really fun.
That's right.
We've done, I don't even know what to say. So too many things. I'm going to say sponsor my life is DIY projects on the internet. A couple weeks ago, we built a triple-decker bunk bed, which was insane and took longer than I thought it would. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be a cut it on Friday, put it together on Saturday sort of deal, and it stretched
cut
into
it on
Tuesday.
Friday and assemble on Saturday and Sunday and Monday.
And cut some more.
And then cut some more stuff off, and then realize I have no time to paint, so I painted like a quarter of it.
I got to go to Home Depot one more time.
We need more bolts.
It was such a project, but I'm very, very proud of the results. It's not necessarily
that thing's not going anywhere. It
but
probably weighs like 500 pounds.
Oh, it's so sturdy, and boys love it. Immediately climbed on it and broke a window, so that worked well.
So that's our next home project. Anybody knows how to fix a glass window from original to the home built in the 1920s, we would love to pick your brain.
That's quite the project, right? But no, I actually, it was a lot of fun to build, and I haven't done that in a while, and so it just felt good to get back into kind of the
and I have a new plate rack on the wall in the kitchen, so that's super cool too.
It's been a lot of fun to do kind of home projects and building a little bit. We overdid it, I think, in the summertime.
Yeah,
and
we went too hard.
I want to not do anything for a bit. So we took like a month off, and we got back into it in the last couple weeks, and that's definitely sponsored my life. And I'm really grateful for, there are websites of like people who do these things, and they put together plans, and you can like download them, and they're free, and it's like...
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool, because those plans for that bunk bed, you didn't pay for. They were
totally...
there was like a DIY on their blog.
Yep,
so.
It was just like a lady and her husband, and they built this, and they had pictures, and theirs was a little prettier. They were making it for 3 little girls, and so they had it like decorated like with princess stuff. But other than that...
You're like, forget this. I'm making this for 3 little boys. They get what they
get. Together, forget the decorations. But the boys, I think, have loved the beds, it's worked really well, and they're super sturdy and safe, and I love that. So
yeah.
Definitely sponsoring my life.
Nice.
Today. All right. I have 2 pieces of our discussion. First, I have a tiny little Christian celebrity Christian update. Okay. So I am going to take you on what I think is going to be an emotional roller coaster. All right? Okay. And I can almost predict which emotions you will feel first. So first there will be an eye roll. Then there will be maybe anger. Okay. But then we're going to slip into,
Okay. All right.
Right. Okay. So the internet is very angry about Russell Brand and his magical amulet. Have you heard of this?
Oh.
Okay. So Russell Brand very famously became a very prominent Christian like 2 months ago or something.
That was like a year ago.
Was it really that long ago? Okay. So he became a Christian. He starts kind of like not even deconstructing his faith, but like putting faith together in a series of videos on like YouTube and TikTok and whatnot. He's an influencer. He's an actor. I don't know that he's put any movies out anytime recently. I don't know, but he used to be very, very, very not Christian. And so now him dipping his toes into this, and we have done this over and over and over with so many famous people.
Kanye,
Justin Bieber, Kanye, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, so it's sort of okay, don't get too excited. Definitely don't hang any of your hopes or happiness on it. But when people express an interest in Christianity, my response is like, let's pray for them. And my expectation is if they're genuine about it, they're probably going to drop out of the spotlight and hopefully join a church and serve in their community and try to make the world better and, you know, do what Christians do. But recently, so his I keep wanting to say deconstruction. His deconstruction away from the secular world, his entrance into Christianity seemed really genuine. He was like posting really thoughtful videos where he'd explore like, here's what I've learned about communion and how this connects us to God and all this kind of stuff. He got baptized, which was a big deal. Then he was participating in baptisms, but he was doing it in his underwear. So people thought that was really weird. But then most recently, he is now talking about a magical amulet that can protect users from evil energies. And so that's the expression I was expecting. Now, here's the thing. So Brand is a comedian and a vlogger, has become an increasingly controversial figure in the recent years. Blah, blah, blah. He has been doing this. He's promoting this magical amulet, but the magical amulet is a piece of hardware from Lifetune Flex, or it's called the Lifetune Flex from Aries Tech. Have you ever heard of this? All right. Aries Tech and the Lifetune Flex is a EMF signal.
It's an EMF blocker.
Yeah, a blocker. Yeah. That's the word I'm looking for, blocker.
Yeah.
It's one of our smallest solutions that sticks directly into each of your electronic devices, offering immediate protection against harmful electromagnetic radiation.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that use EMF blockers.
And so he said in this little video, magical amulet. But I think he actually knows what it really is, right? Like, I don't think he's convinced.
I think he's just being facetious.
I think he was making a joke, but the internet got really mad at him because he's like, you're religious now. Now you believe in crazy magical stuff. And I think he is entering sort of almost like the crunchy world. And it's like he's become a Christian, and then he's also...
It's not protecting you from evil spirits. It's protecting you from harmful things that are hazardous to your health.
Well, and you have all these... Wi-Fi signals, and I don't really understand it all. I haven't researched it, but I know that people are concerned about what our devices and electronics are emitting.
Yeah, everything emits,
and what that does to us, and whether that's good or bad.
Yeah.
And so this EMF thing, and it is like a little necklace you wear.
Yeah.
But it costs a lot of money. They're
expensive for good EMF blockers. It's expensive.
But doesn't it strike you as fascinating that the article title from Forbes is literally "The Internet is Angry About Russell Brand's Magical Amulet. Here's Why." And it's like, yeah, he called it a magical amulet. But even in the video, I was like, I didn't think he believed, like that didn't come off to me as him believing that it's a magical amulet.
It's like someone becoming a Christian and then being like, "Oh, I had this special water sprinkled on my head." When they're baptized,
that's
or something.
where people are taking it that way.
Yeah,
and it's like
because everyone's a skeptic.
Well, and he's famous, and he gets.
I'm not
sponsors.
saying he's maybe he's an authentic Christian, maybe he's not. I mean, I can't fault him for choosing to use EMF blockers, but I definitely wouldn't be like, it's a magical amulet that protects you from evil spirits. Yeah, that's probably not true.
Well, and it's a weird merging of the things.
Yeah.
For me, a big issue with him is apparently he's been accused of like sexual assaults, and then he said some stuff and got blocked from getting monetized on YouTube. Like they took away his ability to make money on YouTube, and I don't know what he said that offended people. I personally, I really try not to comment on very public people entering Christianity, because I think about people like in my life or my church who have come to know Jesus and have started their journey of faith. A lot of them have histories and pasts that's like, if I dove into their life, it would not be good too. Or even if I sat down and grilled them on their theology, they probably have a bunch of stuff wrong. It's like they're just learning. And so it's like, I think he needs space to figure this all out. But this isn't helping.
Yeah, that's certainly not. Certainly not.
I just thought it was fascinating. Isn't it interesting?
That's very interesting.
Magical amulet, but it's actually a legit EMF blocker. Is that right? EMF, electromagnetic
frequency.
Frequency. Okay, I didn't know what the F was. Anyways, all right. So let's go to the main event, which was the planned portion.
Okay.
I just because I saw the Russell Brand thing. I was like, I gotta mention that. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Because I think like real people who do this kind of stuff. Not that he's not a real person, but
he's not a real person at all. Not in my circle of influence.
It's a cultivated PR thing that we see. Anyways, all right. So this from Relevant Magazine, a trip down memory lane. What is the title of the article? 10 Christian knockoff products that really existed.
Ooh, baby, relevant.
So these are the Christian version of products.
Bring it.
And oh boy. First one is Bible Man video game. Do you remember Bible Man? Bible Man was a Christian superhero that no one really asked for.
And we didn't really need.
He looks like a combination of like Batman and a Jedi. So he has a suit that, looks like a Batman suit. He's got the utility belt and like the abs and the little logo on the chest. And he's got the helmet and the mask that covers his face. But he also has a lightsaber for no reason. But I remember I've only seen...
Are you sure it's not like the Sword of the Spirit?
Sure, why not? I actually don't know. I watched it. I was in... What were those bookstores? You know what I'm talking about? Was it just
Family
called
Christian bookstores?
Yeah, family Christian bookstores. They would have the TVs on in the background.
Yeah.
Right? And so I've only been in those stores like once or twice. But there was one time I was in a
We
store.
had very different childhoods. Was you a pastor's kid? I went to the Christian bookstore way more often than that.
I like never went. But when we would go, sometimes they'd have the TVs
watch
on.
Bible Man.
And they had Bible Man on. So I had seen
man.
like maybe an
Classic.
episode or two, and I don't even remember the names or anything. But yeah, there was a video game adventure made off the TV show.
It was just really low quality video game.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, yes, it looks pretty bad.
What gaming system were they playing on?
I don't know. It doesn't say. The video game was the next logical step after the TV show comments and action figures, but
action figures?
Instead of battling villains like Bowser or Dr. Eggman, you're fighting the forces of darkness with scripture verses as your power-ups.
Oh, wow. I wish I could get my hands on this.
I know, a little bit I want to play this
I know,
game.
kind of I do.
If we got our hands on it, we would absolutely play it on the show.
Would.
Imagine Super Mario, but with less jumping and more Bible memorization.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with that. I mean, exercise is good, but so is Bible memorization.
Bible trading cards. Who needs Pokemon or baseball cards when you can collect cards featuring Moses, Esther, and Lot? The Bible trading cards allowed you to learn about biblical heroes in a way that's somehow less exciting than reading the actual Bible.
Hey, I bet our kids would love trading cards.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They would be so into it. The cards come with stats like faith, courage, and obedience, because when you're facing Goliath, you need those stats maxed out.
Want to battle? Let's battle.
This article is so snarky. Kids may have pretended to enjoy these, but we all know they were still sneaking Pokemon battles at youth group.
Hey, what was wrong with Pokemon battles? We had fun with those.
I know. I remember people got in a tizzy about Pokemon, about it being demonic or something. Like, you can just label anything children enjoy as demonic, and, there's a whole group that will write it off.
I don't know. Jordan and I used to battle Pokemon cards. I thought it was fun.
I
was in
loved
high
it.
school, though.
I had a lot of Pokemon cards, but then my parents... I don't know.
Thought they were demonic, and they made you trade
I don't
them.
know what they read, but there was one day when my mom came home and was like, "Those
I
are
can't
leaving."
square with that. Didn't your parents let you read Harry Potter?
They did.
There is no consistency there.
But even with Harry Potter, they had to read the books before we could read the books.
So did they not read the Pokemon cards first before?
There's no books for Pokemon.
I said read the Pokemon cards.
I don't know what it was.
That's
but
so
it was
funny.
I think it was like a different parent had warned my parents, "Oh, your kids have these," or something, because it was like a switch was flipped. One day they came home and nope, get those out of the house.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so funny that they would do that, but I definitely think that that Bible hero cards sound like fun. So
yeah, I'd probably be on board.
I mean, I can't think of a better way to help your kids understand Bible stories and remember the characters than
I think the problem I have with it is that it's a knockoff. If it was,
that's true.
If you're replacing your kids' Pokemon cards with Bible cards, that's lame.
Oh,
but
no,
I
wouldn't use it like that.
Yeah, it's not a substitute. It's just a separate thing that helps. It's kind of fun. I actually think this one's fun. Bible-opoly.
I've actually played that before.
Really? Mm-hmm. It's Monopoly, but with Bible places.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I
have played that before.
It's pretty straightforward, right? I mean,
I hate Monopoly, but that was okay.
The goal isn't to bankrupt your opponents, but to build a church in every city.
You sound like a televangelist.
It does sound like that. It was marketed as a kindler, gentler monopoly.
Kinder.
Kinder.
I think you mean kindling, JJ. I think it's just
all right.
toss it in the fire.
The 10 Plagues of Egypt toys. One of
What?
the most questionable Christian product ideas. Someone thought it would be a great idea to turn the 10 Plagues of Egypt into a toy set.
That sounds like a horror movie.
They look like bath toys. They're like plastic toys, like cartoony kind of toys. Each plague comes with its own figure. Frogs, locusts, even boils. The boils is like a big hand that has red dots all over it.
Why?
Yeah, it looks...
Who thought this was a good idea?
It's the kind of gift you get for your friend's kids when you're feeling a little passive-aggressive.
Here, honey, have some boils.
Here, little Timmy, enjoy a toy representing death and destruction in the Old
What did they do for the angel of darkness killing everyone?
I think that is this black blobby thing that's here.
Are you sure that's not just darkness?
There's a cube that has fire on it. What was that one? There's darkness. That one's just a guy's head with sunglasses covering.
That's so lame.
Yeah.
That is so lame.
They look like plush toys. I'll share the picture with you. They are ridiculous. Because they're like cows, just a cow. The frogs, just a frog. You know, there's locusts.
So it's just a symbol for each one. It's not.
Right. Yep.
Wow.
Just baffling.
Wow.
Baffling. All right. Testaments. Remember testaments?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. Pass the word.
That was one of the, prizes in our little Sunday school thing.
Of course.
There were testaments.
They're like either gum or just mints.
Yep.
Need to freshen your breath and your soul at the same time.
Freshen your soul. I'm sorry. This cannot actually
Each mint
provide
wrapper
salvation.
featured a Bible verse because who doesn't want a little scripture with their peppermint? I love it. I remember those. I don't even think that's that. I think it's a little weird. You know, like we didn't need a Christian version of the thing.
Oh,
right?
We did.
Praise workout video. Sweating in the Spirit 2.
Oh my gosh, I have to find this. Is it like Billy Blank's workouts?
It's what it looks like. Yep. It's like a lady in a pink, like unitard thing, and she's got her arms up with the big 80s hair. Did you know that is how Beth Moore got her start?
She was a workout?
She was a workout fitness person in a church. She put together a church group where they would do a group, and that was popular, and so then she became a Bible study teacher. Wow. And then she wrote books, and then she that's how she got
snowballed
her start.
from there.
Oh my gosh, 80s and 90s workout videos were all the rage, so of course the Christian market had to get in on it. Classic Jesus action figures.
Wow.
This one looks amazing. Comes with little pieces. There's a little 5 loaves of bread and 2 little fish, which look very low quality. And then there are some water jugs, and there's a thing on the top, and it's blue for when it's water, and you push a button and it turns red when it gets turned into wine.
Oh boy. This is just getting better and better.
I actually think these are pretty cool. The Armor of God PJs. It's pajamas that are the armor of God. So there's like the breastplate of righteousness, and it comes with a shield, and it comes with a little helmet.
Wow.
It's super cute.
That is so cute.
The shield is like a pillow.
That's cute.
I think it's really cute. The bottom of the pants says the shoes of truth or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Life is a battle, and they need to be spiritually suited up even while they're sleeping.
Wow. That's so cute.
Christian parody T-shirts. A
breadcrumb and fish.
Yes. Ketchup with Jesus.
Yep.
Mayo light shine.
Yep.
Matthew mustard seed faith.
That's
Relish sweet Jesus. Like they're just painful puns. I love them because they're just puns. Now here's one: Scrabble Bible edition. That's one you do not need. Scrabble is a neutral.
You make your own words. It's not like you have to make Bible.
As if Bible-opoly weren't enough, someone decided to take it a step further. To be fair, there's clearly a lot of Bible edition products out there, but this one has the peak of scamming because the only thing Bible related about the game is that it replaces double and triple letter score items with religious imageries, which turn out to mean double and triple letter score. So they took the little box and they put a little religious symbol on it instead. But I mean, that is
super scammy because there's no point.
It's just Scrabble.
You're gonna make words no matter what.
Doesn't that feel like it shouldn't be legal if someone does like?
I mean, that's weird because I remember when I was a kid, we had Bible trivia and all those other Bible games, but Bible Scrabble, what?
Oh,
That's weird.
Absolutely ridiculous. So I thought I'd close the segment with a quote from, I think it's from C.S. Lewis. Oh, no, sorry. Martin Luther goes even further back. The Christian shoemaker does his duty not by putting little crosses on the shoes, but by making good shoes, because God is interested in good craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that line, and I think of it every time I see these ridiculous knockoff products, because it's like, it's not putting the little cross on the Scrabble that makes it Christian.
That's gimmicky.
Yeah, you make a good product. You are honest and full of integrity so that people look at your life and honor that. That's what people really need, not Bible-opoly.
Yep.
Although I think Bible-opoly is a fun way to teach kids like the geography of Israel. Like that, if it's a teaching tool, that's fun.
Oh yeah.
If it's a knockoff of an existing product, that's
that's pointless.
Yeah. So that's all I had for our clever cringe Bible edition. Are you? Oh, well, I guess I should say thanks everyone for listening. We're just really excited to be back. Something. But are you ready to send us out with the mom joke of the week?
I am. So I have some fall themed jokes
Love
for
it.
you now. So,
bring it on.
How do leaves travel from town to town?
Something with leaf. No, leaves travel from town to town. Wind? I don't know.
With automobiles.
Nice. That was pretty good. I liked it.
Oh, they didn't even make it a laugh. Let's read one more.
All right.
What's the ratio of an orange gourd's circumference to its diameter?
Pie. I don't know.
Pumpkin pie. All right.
That was good.
Pumpkin pie's pretty good, huh?
I love pumpkin pie. You don't even like pumpkin pie.
I do. I like pumpkin flavor. I like pumpkin things with real pumpkin.
But not pumpkin pie.
But not really pumpkin pie.
It's my favorite.
I know.
Well, it's not my favorite. I like all pies.
I was going to say. All right.
All right, bye.
See ya.